How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I thought I would give my opinions on Fortnite Chapter 5, Season 2. Now, this season, in my opinion, it was a little lackluster, if I'm being 100% honest here. I'm going to go through everything that kind of made it a little bit lackluster, and yeah, let's start off with the lack of mobility items. So for this season, we really only had two mobility items. We have the shockwave grenades, which is what we usually have, and then we have the wings of Icarus. And the wings of Icarus, they're not terrible, but they're not really too great either, because, last season we had a bunch of cool mobility items, like we had the grapple blade, shockwave grenade, those Ninja Turtle mythics, which were great, and then, although they were kind of the same for all of them, they did kind of do the same stuff, but, they were still mobility items, and yeah, we just had a bunch of mobility items, other than, the Avatar collab, which was an extra mobility item that we got with this season, which was a pretty good, that was a useful mobility item, but, that only lasted for like a couple of weeks with the Avatar collab, and that'll lead into something that I want to get into in the next part I want to talk about, but, yeah, we only had like two mobility items this season, and they weren't really that great, because, if you flew with the Wings of Icarus, you could fall if you flew for like a really long time. So, that wasn't really that great. Although you could use it as a weapon. But in my opinion, the grapple blade had a much better weapon and mobility mix, because you can use a grapple blade, you can like fling it, and you would go for like a really long time. Like you could fly for like a really long time with the grapple blade, if you know what I mean. But and you can also use it as like a really effective weapon. The Wings of Icarus, they're not really too effective, but if you're close enough, you will do a lot of damage. But in my opinion, the grapple blade was a much better, use of mobility and weapon. But yeah, we didn't really have any other cool mobility items this season other than the airbending, which didn't even last that long, to be honest. But yeah, let's dive into the next topic I want to talk about, which is the overuse of collabs this season. Now, look, there's nothing really wrong with collabs being in Fortnite. I look forward to most collab skins that happen in Fortnite, but that's the thing. I look forward to collab skins when your season is only a little bit over a month or so, because this season lasted from March 8th to May 24th. So having a collab that lasts for 3 weeks is kind of gonna, take up that season. This season really only had like a little bit over a month of itself to be its own season. And then, around the mid-April or somewhere around there, we got that Avatar collab, which lasted until like the beginning of May. And, that's like a big chunk of Chapter 5 Season 2. And although the Avatar collabs were fun, like, the airbending, the firebending, earthbending, waterbending, while those were all fun and all, it kind of took away from the season being its own season. Because, like, look at Chapter 5 Season 1. I got this list here of, like, every collab that's been in Fortnite. And the collabs that we got for Chapter 5 Season 1 were, the weekend for festival and all that. And then we had the Ninja Turtle mythics. But those were just, like, a limited time, I think. I think that thing only lasted for, like, 2 weeks? Somewhere around there? Because I know it started around February. Or, yeah, it was, like, a couple weeks that season, or that collab lasted. And that was it. And then, we had Peter Griffin, but that was in the Battle Pass, And then we had the Dragon Ball stuff, but again, that was only Battle Pass. And then we had the Solid Snake, which was, again, only Battle Pass. But, like, the stuff like Avatar, Star Wars, that took up, like, most of the season. And kind of sucked because, like I said, it kind of drives Chapter 5 Season 2 away from being its own season. So, yeah, that's a bit unfortunate that had to happen, because this season had such a cool premise of being, this god season and whatnot, and Chapter 5 Season 2 are usually, like, really cool seasons, but the fact that this season was, like, overshadowed by collabs, it was kind of unfortunate, because this season could have been something really great, and the collabs just unfortunately kind of, took it down a bit for me, in my opinion. Future me here, this is just something that I thought I should add in this clip, because even though it doesn't really have anything to do with the overuse of collabs, it's just kind of like another why would they do this, and it's another reason why the season kind of drags down a bit, in my opinion. But when they had the Avatar collab, they took out 3 of arguably the most effective weapons. They took out the Chain of Hades, the Wings of Icarus and the Zeus's Thunderbolt. And obviously and I think the Chain of Hades kind of is the least effective weapon in my opinion, but that's just me. But yeah, they took those out, and it's like, why would they take them out? I guess because of the other Avatar weapons they were adding, like the firebending, earthbending, airbending, so they didn't want to have a bunch of weapons. But like that makes the game more fun. So why would they take out the weapons that are part of the God season just for a collab? Doesn't really make much sense. So yeah, just thought I should add that clip in there. So back to the rest of the video. Can't be the only one who thinks that, lately Fortnite storytelling has been kind of going a bit downhill lately because, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, they had great storytelling with, like, the quests and all that. The quests were really useful with, like, the storytelling, and they also had really cool voice acting. Even in, like, Chapters 3 and 4, they had cool voice acting. But Chapter 5 doesn't really seem to have any of that. I mean, I know that, like, pool thingy, or that, like, crescent shaped pool thing does have voice in it, or it does have voice acting, but none of the other characters have voice acting. So that seems kind of unfortunate because it was really cool hearing the different voices that each character had, and getting to like do the side quests would like have the voice acting for the certain character. Like even in Chapter 4, like I mentioned, had like the lizard guy whose name I don't remember, and then it had Evie in it from Chapter 3, Season 3, and they had the voice acting thing, and that was cool and all because it was like gives you a reason to do the side quests and all that. But for Chapter 5, when it's just regular quests, it seems kind of boring to do them because you don't really get any cool like story or none of that. And also like the quests kind of are like live events, I guess you could say, because when you do the live events and all that, that's cool and all, but when you do the side quests, it kind of seems like that should have been a live event or something important. Like literally, take Chapter 4, Season 4, for example. This isn't Chapter 5, but this is Chapter 4, Season 4, but it still kind of proves my point. There's literally a live quest, and then by the time you completed that quest, Cato Thorne, who was like the main bad guy of Chapter 4, Season 4, he was dead. Just after doing one of the quests in the game, and boom, he was dead. So it's like, what? That's like the main bad guy of Chapter 4, Season 4, and he's dead because you completed a quest. Like, that's basically what Fortnite is at this point. It's kind of unfortunate because the live events would lead into the character deaths or all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the lack of storytelling is another thing that kind of drags the season down for me a bit, because like I said, the season could have been something really great, and the lack of collab or overuse of collabs and the lack of mobility items and the lack of storytelling kind of drags the season down a bit, in my opinion. So yeah, in my opinion, overall, this season just wasn't that great. In my opinion, Chapter 5 Season 1 was better than Chapter 5 Season 2, because I found myself playing Chapter 5 Season 1 a lot more than Chapter 5 Season 2, because whenever I log into Fortnite this season, I mostly just play Festival or just sometimes do quests just to catch up on like my levels, because this level I was only like level 150, and I had to like just buy the rest of the tiers, because ain't no way I was going to get to level 200, because I would just get bored playing a couple of games. So I just got the rest of the tiers because, yeah, I wasn't going to grind for any of those. But I think I will do some of them just so I can get, like, the quest rewards. But, yeah, other than that, don't think I'll be playing much this season, which is kind of unfortunate because, like I've been saying, season could have been great, but it just wasn't that great. If I'm, it was kind of mid, if we're being real here. Hopefully, Chapter 5 Season 3 will be better, because I will probably do a video of Chapter 5 Season 3 when that comes out on Friday, if I'm not busy. So look forward to that, I guess. But yeah, this season overall, it was kind of a letdown because I was really looking forward to this season. But yeah, it was super short and overshadowed by collabs and lack of mobility items. So overall, it just wasn't. If I had to rate it, I'd probably give it like 4, maybe, or 5. Like, it was an okay season, but it could have been better. And I guess that'll wrap it up for this video. So see you guys in the next one.